Hey, Chandler Bolt here, and in this video I want to talk about imposter syndrome for writers and why you do, yes you do, have what it takes. Now, first off, I just want to say this, and that's that everyone struggles with this. So you are not weird, you are totally normal if you're feeling like, hey, who am I to write this book? You know, I'm not qualified. I don't know why I'm writing this book. Should I write this book? Why is anyone going to listen? Why is anyone going to read this? What's going on, right? You are not weird. This is totally normal. So I want to give you a few tips to help you overcome imposter syndrome and get this book done. Now, before I go into those tips, we also have a blog post that's really good on imposter syndrome for writers. So if you're someone who likes to read more than watch a video, or if you just want some additional support, definitely check out that blog post. So click the link along with this video, head on over to that blog post, and you'll see a bunch more tips on imposter syndrome for writers. Tip number 1, realize that you are an authority on your topic. Now, this is probably one of the most common things that I hear is just, I'm not an authority, and people kind of compare themselves to Tony Robbins or to Malcolm Gladwell or, you know, all these famous authors, and they're like, that's not me. Well, I remember growing up in Scouts, I'm an Eagle Scout, and I remember my Scoutmaster, he'd always say just kind of this joke. He's like, if we're in the woods and you get chased by a bear, you don't have to be faster than the bear, you just have to be faster than your friend. Now, this is kind of funny, but this totally relates to writing, and that is this. You don't have to know everything. You just have to know a little bit more than the person that you're teaching. You don't have to be Tony Robbins. You don't have to be Seth Godin. You don't have to be any of these famous authors, these famous writers. And in fact, if you were, you probably wouldn't appeal to the target audience that you're going to be able to appeal to. Because a lot of times people say, oh man, Tony Robbins, Malcolm Gladwell, Seth Godin, I can't relate to those people, but I can relate to you. Because you're kind of like me. You're more approachable. Maybe there's something else that we have in common. And so yes, you don't know everything, but you're a couple steps ahead of me. So I would love to learn from you. And I know I ran into this when I wrote my first book. I was 19 years old, and I was thinking, wow, I'm a 19-year-old. Who's going to listen to me? I'm writing about productivity. Why would people listen to me on this subject? But that's why that book was wildly successful, is because people said, hey, Chandler, you're kind of like me. You got a Southern accent. Maybe I'm from the South. Or you're young. I'm looking for a young, new, fresh perspective. Or you're an entrepreneur. I want to learn productivity from a true entrepreneur. All these things that people might relate to you because of who you are, not because of you being this huge, big celebrity. So you don't have to know everything. You just have to know a little bit more than the person that you're teaching. Number 2, talk to other writers. They'll probably have a similar experience. So the best thing to do when you're running up against imposter syndrome is to talk to others, share this. I know this can feel kind of weird where you don't want to share this because there's deep-rooted insecurities here, but talk to others, seek encouragement. If you're part of self-publishing school, share this with other people. This is totally normal, and other writers, other aspiring authors, they will share this with you. And then I know that feeling, when you talk to someone else and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, I'm not crazy. There's someone else just like me that's struggling with this same thing. So that can be really helpful, is to talk to other authors or talk to other aspiring authors and writers. Number 3, write anyways. Okay? So if you're running up against imposter syndrome, don't stop, don't freeze up, but just keep writing. And even if it sucks and it's not good for a while, just the act of continual forward progress, that's going to really help you get over that imposter syndrome. Number 4, dig deeper. So oftentimes if you're running into imposter syndrome, there's some deeply rooted issues. Maybe this is from childhood, maybe this is from past experiences that you've had, past failures that you've had. Instead of running away from this and being ashamed of this, go deeper and start to think and start to reflect. Maybe you go to a therapist. I'm amazed at how stigmatized therapy is. This is something I think everyone should do, whether it's therapy, whether it's marriage counseling, and whatever that thing is. But there's this stigma of like, oh, if I go to a therapist, there's something wrong with me. No, you go to a therapist to get better. You go to a therapist to dig deeper and to uncover what's truly there. And I'm a firm believer in therapy, so maybe you do that, or maybe you just dig deeper. And figure out, hey, what's really going on here? And look at that, because that'll help you cope with, process these emotions, bring this full circle, and then keep going with your writing. I'll leave you with this. Everyone starts somewhere. It's important to remember that. So if you're running into imposter syndrome, which you probably are because you're watching this video, just know that everyone starts somewhere. So you might not be the next Malcolm Gladwell, the next Tony Robbins, all those people, but you are on your path. And if you follow the steps that I laid out in this video, it's going to help you keep going and it's going to help you get your rough draft done. So I'd love to hear from you. Scroll below this video and comment and let me know what's one thing that you do to overcome imposter syndrome, or maybe what's your favorite tip from this video. Remember, we've got a really great blog post on this topic, so if you're looking to go deeper on this topic, click the link along with this video. And we also have 2 really great resources to help with your book. Number 1, we've got some training. So this is an online training. It's about 45 minutes that's going to help you go from blank page to published author in as little as 90 days. So you can scroll below this video, click the link, register for this training. I'm going to make a bold promise and say that this is going to be the best 45 minutes that you've spent on your book. So click the link, register for that training. I promise it'll be helpful. And then also number 2, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book published. So physical copy. All you have to do is pay shipping and handling. This is a really good book that's going to help you through the publishing process. So it's going to give you kind of a 10,000 foot view of the entire process. So all you have to do is click the link along with this video, claim your free copy. All you do is pay shipping and handling, and I'll ship that book to you. So click those links below this video, comment below this video. We read and respond to every single comment. As always, click the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Talk soon.